Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't know about you, but for me, my second day recording the news for you since I returned back to Poland, bringing the news, some of them, it's actually becoming a joy or a sense of humor that is activated within you. And I will start with something pretty funny that is coming from Davos, from those meetings that took place where, like I said yesterday, the reptiles have gathered. So we will have some laughter just in the beginning of this video. Then we will go to words from President Putin, spoken, I believe, yesterday, very, very recent, in regards to Trump and Ukraine. And of course, we have to report on US no more supporting Ukraine. The latest update, and this is from Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. So let's start with something funny, everyone, for a change. Here we go. This will be the video from Davos with Polish President Andrzej Duda, as Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, calls him Dudu, and his very, very, very important words spoken there. It's in English. Even if you question it, it's in English. I know my English is not perfect, but hey, let's listen to this.
If we talk and if we ask the question is how to encourage Vladimir Putin to sit at the table of the peace talks, my answer is we should launch such a strong measure to force Vladimir Putin to ask for peace for peace negotiations, because this is not I don't want to beg Vladimir Putin to sit at the table. I want Vladimir Putin beg us, beg Ukraine, beg allies of Ukraine to sit at the table and to talk how to end this war and how to solve all the problems we have also around.
Tutaj nawet
Da. Okay. What else can I say? And what else? So this is Polish president, everyone. I hope you are entertained, because what other way you can take this message into your consideration? Like, would you even bother to occupy your mental space with those kind of thoughts? I don't think so. By the way, this video was from the channel suverenny.pl. You can see it where I'm sharing the video. Channel I many times recommend. It's a Polish YouTube channel, great channel that gives frequent updates as well in Polish language, but you can translate it in YouTube settings. So we had Polish president, and now we're gonna go to President Putin, the very same one he just mentioned. This is from a short interview that he gave yesterday in regards to Trump and the current situation with the United States. So let me mute myself and we go straight to the video.
In recent days, the inaugurated U.S. President Donald Trump has made many different statements about a possible meeting with you in the prospect for a Ukrainian settlement. I would like to know your opinion. First, I want to say that Russia has never refused to have contacts with the U.S. administration, and it is not our fault that the previous administration refused these contacts. I have always had businesslike, exclusively businesslike, but at the same time pragmatic and trusting relations with the current President of the United States. I would say so. I cannot but agree with him that if he had been president, if his victory had not been stolen in 2020, then perhaps there would not have been the crisis in Ukraine that arose in 2022. Although it is known that Trump, being president in his first presidential term, introduced a significant number, at that time the largest number of restrictions and sanctions against Russia. I don't think that this was a decision that was in the interests of not only Russia, but also the United States itself. Incidentally, Biden picked up the baton and introduced even more restrictions. And the result is well known. He made many decisions that were harmful to the economy of the United States itself. Well, for example, this is undermining the power of the dollar itself, because the ban on Russia using the dollar, we did not abandon the dollar. It was the previous administration that did not give us the opportunity to use the dollar as a payment currency. In my opinion, this decision causes very serious damage to the United States itself. But now we will not go into this. But I can only say that we see statements by the current U.S. president about his readiness to work together. We are always open to this. As for the question related, say, to negotiations, in this sense, we have always said, I want to emphasize this again, we are ready for these negotiations on the Ukrainian issue. But here, too, there are issues that require special attention. For example, as is known, the current head of the regime in Kiev, when he was still a fairly legitimate head of state, issued a decree banning negotiations. How can negotiations be resumed now if they are banned? We are now within the walls of Moscow University. As is known, I am a lawyer by basic education. I graduated from the law faculty of St. Petersburg, then Leningrad University. I can tell you that if negotiations begin within the framework of the current regulatory framework, then they will be, strictly speaking, illegitimate. And this means that the results of these negotiations can be declared illegitimate. The current regime in Kiev is happy to receive hundreds of billions of dollars from its sponsors. Excuse me for the simplicity of popular expressions. As we say among the people, they are like hamsters chewing with pleasure these hundreds of billions of dollars on both cheeks. But they are in no hurry to follow the instructions of their sponsors, and we know that such instructions exist to cancel the adopted decree banning negotiations. But I think that in the end those who pay him money, they should still force him to do it, and I think he will have to do it. But until this decree is cancelled, it is quite difficult to talk about the fact that these negotiations can be started and, most importantly, completed properly. Of course, some preliminary preparations can be made, but serious negotiations, under the conditions of the ban on negotiations from the Ukrainian side, under the conditions of this ban, it is quite difficult to talk about anything serious. In general, we, of course, can have quite a lot of points of contact with the current administration, finding solutions to key issues of today. These are issues of strategic stability. These are issues of the economy. By the way, why? We are one of the largest oil producers in the world. Well, the United States currently ranks first, then Saudi Arabia and Russia. But what is typical for the Russian and, let's say, American economies? We are not just one of the largest producers of energy resources, we are also the largest consumers of energy resources. And this means that for both our and the American economy, too high prices are bad, because using energy resources, we need to produce other goods within the country, and too low prices are also very bad, because this undermines the investment opportunities of energy companies. We have something to talk about here. There are also other issues in the energy sector that may be of mutual interest. By the way, in this sense, I doubt that the current president of the United States, Mr. Trump, I repeat, we worked with him during the first period of his presidency, that he would make any decisions. Even if we hear about the possibility of introducing additional sanctions against Russia, I doubt that he would make decisions that would harm the American economy itself. He is not only an intelligent person, he is a pragmatic person. And I can hardly imagine that he would make decisions that would harm the American economy itself. Therefore, most likely, indeed, it would be better for us to meet with him based on the realities of today. We need to talk calmly on all those areas that are of interest to both the United States and Russia. We are ready. But I repeat, first of all, of course, this depends on the decisions and choices of the current American administration. Thank you very much.
There you have it, everyone. Don't you appreciate how President Putin explains those sometimes complicated things in a very simple manner? And I like that. I like when there's someone who is not savvy in the geopolitical events, and you listen to a leader that explains in a way that you actually understand not only their side, but the overall picture of the current situation. And on that note, since we are talking about money, the latest news that many of you probably already know is, let me share the screen again, US issues broad freeze on foreign aid after Trump orders review. So this is from yesterday. Today we have January 25th, Saturday. This is from Washington, January 24th. I took this article from Reuters, but you can find it on many other portals, Politico, or you name it, because this is pretty much a breaking news. The US State Department issues a stop work orders on Friday for all existing foreign assistance and paused new aid, according to a cable seen by Reuters, after President Donald Trump ordered a pause to review if aid allocation was aligned with his foreign policy. The cable, drafted by the department's Foreign Assistance Office and approved by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, said waivers have been issued for military financing for Israel and Egypt. No other countries were mentioned in the cable, which means Ukraine, for example. The move risks cutting of billions of dollars of life-saving assistance. The United States is largest single donor of aid globally. In fiscal year 2023, it disbursed $72 billion in assistance. So this is 90-day pause in foreign development assistance. And it looks like no more support for Ukraine. So how this will be for Ukraine overall, I don't know. I don't think this is going to last much longer as far as this sacrifice over there, human sacrifice. And on the note of human sacrifice, because you see, like, everything is connected, let's go to Trump visiting Los Angeles and a short clip from his visit. Why not?
but we are going to move as fast as we can. But we want you to be safe. We want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't
Yes,
cost
and
a
they
lot.
can.
You
and
should
they are
let them
able
do
to-
it because
No,
by the
they
time you
can do
hire
that.
contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
If a family
People are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
and they can
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours. And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract
If
that's going to
individuals
charge him
want to build-
$25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed
I
an
mean, you have a
emergency
very powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you
Yes.
can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important
week
thing
is
is
a
for
long
people to
time.
be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit, and the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
That was last night.
And that was last night.
On that.
So, Mayor of Los Angeles, who went to Ghana, knowing that the fires are coming, FYI, we all know this, I don't need to repeat this, right? Wasn't it kind of pathetic exchange from her? Like all of a sudden, she cares if they are safe. Are you kidding me? And by the way, you know Rick Grinnell, who was sitting on Trump's left side, who used to be the ambassador of United States to Germany during Merkel's time, Merkel's era. He lives in California. I don't know if he lives exactly in LA. I think he does. And he will be now in charge of cleaning up this mess. Well, to some extent, of course, he's not the only person who will be in charge of this operation, but he will be there. I was listening to this entire visit, and it was really, really important to see how conflicted those rules and regulations are, and how much bureaucracy is in those democratic states, not just democratic states, but I happen to live in California, so I have some level of experience in that matter. I didn't own the house there, but I can only imagine for those people. And I came across an information a few days ago, actually. I believe this was on Instagram. Someone mentioned that the homeowners have been approached by the insurance, those who had still some insurance. The average price home in Pacific Palisades was $4.5 million. And what the insurance offered them, the maximum amount was $800,000. So that looked like pretty legit information. I don't have the clip to show you, but I'm sure many of you already know those kind of facts. And with this being said, everyone, let's see what I have. Comment of the day. That is very short, quick, sweet, and to the point. From my latest video yesterday that I have posted for you. And this is from a German viewer. And how do I know? Because Sabine, my mother's name was Sabina, by the way. So hello, Sabine. This will be a special year, and we feel that something is in the air. Greetings from Germany. Thank you so much for your comment. Indeed, very special year it is. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, make sure to hit this like, subscribe to my channel, leave the comment down below, share your thoughts and opinions. I read them all. I might not agree with all of them, but I read them all and I respect your opinion. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Ania_K_44. You can follow my travels and my next adventures. And if you would like to support my work, which means a lot to me, and it helps me going in life overall, you can join me on Patreon for $5 a month, a price for a coffee. You can support me, and the link will be down below, as well as Locals, PayPal, and other platforms. Thank you so much. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. See you in another video. Bye, everyone.